Oh, like that. You bought a bunch of stuff from Temu.
Yeah.
Temu.
I did.
Does anybody else here ever go on the Temu and then you get these annoying text messages? Like,
well,
your phone starts beeping at 7:30
in the morning.
No,
your phone started beeping before my phone started beeping this morning.
Mine says 8:13. Yours was 7 something. But you had stuff. You had stuff coming.
Who was
Temu? Temu is the only one that seems to be. Yeah, right. They believe we're important.
We are kind of in a Temu addiction. Don't act like you've never got packages from Temu.
I've got one package from them.
And you enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, I love my shoes.
Yeah.
Everybody likes my shoes. I get compliments on my shoes all the time.
I enjoy the dollar store shopping from my couch.
It's so interesting how they like pull us in.
Oh yeah. It's marketing. It's marketing at its greatest. Whoever does the marketing. Look, I got this really cool cake decorating kit that I didn't have to go to Michael's and spend $100,000 for.
Hi, Grandma.
And it's got metal tips, so I'm happy with that.
Metal tips.
I got dresses. I got all kinds of cool stuff. Anyway.
We have gotten some really good questions on Quora. Quora just keeps. Yeah, it's like
Quora's got questions.
Yeah, Quora is
Quora, like on Medea Quora. Quora?
Something like that. It's like a
no, it's Quora.
Quora. Yeah. It like questions like what happens when one twin is in a twin flame relationship, ignores the other twin. So yeah. I mean, questions like that are just so,
What did I do when you ignored me?
What happens when one twin is in a twin flame relationship, ignores the other twin? So I guess what they're saying is like when you're in this and then, I just do this or you just do this.
Like when I just opened up all my Temu gifts online and you were sitting right there and I said, he probably can't hear me because you were sitting right next to me and you said, I can hear you. But I said, are you listening? And he's like, no. And it's on video.
No, well.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, good to see you guys. Hi,
what
Clinton.
Was the question? So what happens when one ignores the other?
Yeah. What?
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for the silence, right?
For the ignoring moment.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Let's find out the root of the reason that the ignoring is happening. What's the root of that? Screw the ignoring. Right? Let's find out what's the root of it.
Yeah.
Because look, I feel like a lot of people I feel like people do this in general. So we'll have conflict or an argument over I don't know why you left the stove on high, right? But is it really about why the stove's on high? Ever?
No.
It's never really about what we think it's about.
Right. And there's nothing worse than you're asking your twin flame if they're okay. And they're like, I'm fine.
Do I say I'm fine?
No. If you did, you didn't mean it.
No, I mean, do I ever just say I'm fine? Have I ever said that?
Even if you did, you didn't mean it.
I didn't mean it.
Right. So, yeah.
I'm fine.
That makes me nervous just hearing it out loud because there is no such thing as fine. There's a fine line between how I'll tread lightly after that because it's a fine line. It is. So the question.
So yeah. So it's not about the ignoring. I don't think.
So what happens when one twin in a twin flame relationship ignores the other twin? So what happens when that happens?
Yeah.
Well,
what happens?
Silence happens.
Well, clearly there's no communication because one's not talking to the other.
Well, sometimes it's a matter of
why.
The quieter you get with the person you're connected to, the more you're able to really pay attention to yourself. So in some cases it's a good thing, in some cases it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what mood is the tone or how you actually connect to one another. If you can connect to each other in silence, then it won't make anything. But if you consistently keep looking for sound or keep looking for interaction, that can mean several things. But I guess the question then becomes, are you used to somebody you're connected to not listening to you? Do you know what I mean? That's the actual wound.
Right.
So it's not really so much in a twin flame relationship or connection. I keep talking about, we'll get there someday where you guys will get that this is connection, relationships way over here somewhere. So what ends up happening when that happens is you're in that space of, are you going to heal this now? Or are you just going to let it spill into this, spill into that, spill into this? There's constantly some kind of spillage happening all the time in this connection. So let's see what you guys are all yelling about. Hey, Clinton. Hi, Grandma. I have so many questions, but I'm driving. Grandma, could just throw them out there. We'll try to do our best. We only have, it's 2, 3, 4.
Yep,
that's it. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 today. I've seen 1, 2, 3, and now I'm seeing 2, 3, 4. That's funny. Finally catching y'all live. Hello, Sarah. So happy to be here. Thank you for doing these. I always wind up hearing what I need to on the replays. That's amazing. We do what we can. Hi, Salma. I'm seeing 1134.
I can see.
Yay. Yeah, it's so wonderful. Yeah, we thought we'd just come on and talk. I said, this is so wonderful. Us being here and them being here.
I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, that's it, Lee. Thank you. Been trying to pinpoint my wound. Not being heard is a major one. I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, I think we've had that wound too. I mean, I don't know anybody in this connection who doesn't have that wound of not feeling like we have the wound of misunderstanding or misunderstood or not understanding. And it's so tragic. No, not being understood. But it's not really about understanding as much as it is you want that person to connect to how you feel. Do you know what I mean? When we get understanding, it puts us in our head. It doesn't put us back in our feelings so we can connect to their feelings. Understanding is a mind game that literally is one of the hardest and the most challenging, whether it's relationship or it just in general, trying to get somebody to understand you. And that's not really what you want. You want them to connect to how you feel.
Right.
But we use understanding because we think somehow, some way that if you can get their thoughts to transition to the way your thoughts do, that somehow they'll land in the same feeling. And it never works that way. And it becomes very, very, very time consuming. But all I ever want you to do is connect to how I feel. And it's hard to tell you that because our minds aren't pre-programmed with follow this to my feeling rather than follow this away from my feeling, because we learn how to follow away from feeling, not follow to feeling. Am I making any sense at all?
Well, yeah.
But you give me that look.
You are making sense, but I'm not understanding.
But well, that's okay. I wanted you to connect how I feel.
Right.
So it's okay to not understand.
Right.
And most of the time, if you go back and look at the thousands of videos we've done up to this point, it's always been about, I want you to connect to what's felt, not understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Because there's always something in the low level, not even low level, it's high and low level experience of feeling that you can go, oh, I felt that. I feel what you're saying. It's not like in this connection, you have to learn that that's the rules. The rule is you got to stay in your feelings, not your head. Right?
No, I agree with that 100%.
It's hard probably really with me to do that.
At times it is because I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I would just say follow me off this cliff.
I just think it is harder to be in a understanding where you're at position with trying to connect to how you feel. I can do that on a spiritual level. I can't I can't do that on a 3D level. And there's so many, well, I can, but I often give up.
And actually, if you did that faster, you'd connect faster to how I feel.
Right. Because there's something hanging out. I can see it. You know what I mean? I got it, I think.
Oh.
When you look and
her hair look good.
You see other things, you know what I mean? It's blue.
She's so pretty.
So, like, you can say, I feel great. But sometimes you forget to tell your face.
God. Really? We're just putting that out here.
Why?
Well, because
why is that
you're
funny?
consistently making sure that you point out. If you really feel that good, why does your face look like that? And I'm like, oh, what's my face look like? And then I become self-conscious.
Right? We forget to tell our faces that we're happy, so we walk around like this.
I'm happy. Right?
I feel great. How do you feel? Great.
I feel great.
I feel awesome.
Awesome.
This is great.
So good.
You know what I mean? I'm like, did you tell your face? your face isn't.
Welcome to connection. Well, you're taught
like it's the whiteboard, right? It's supposed to be the whiteboard of how you feel, what you're thinking, all this right here. Well, can we just you know what I mean? Throw some. Let's draw a big smile on us. In case, maybe we should just go get some permanent markers, and because sometimes I forget to tell my face, right?
I feel good.
I feel great.
I just feel great.
Well, I mean, it's hard sometimes, especially if you're coming down after a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 hour back to back. There it is.
Yeah. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Did you feel? But you know why I do that though?
It was like,
well,
how does it feel?
I have a beautiful reason for being like that though.
For being like what?
Where my face doesn't match.
Yeah.
Because I have my foot always in my pain. I always have a step into my pain and a step out of it. Because sometimes when you got to pay attention to what somebody's pain is actually doing to them,
right?
You got to kind of adjust. And I've noticed that I have this unique ability to adjust my pain level to match their pain level, to understand what their pain is stating.
Okay.
Because the pain is always going to state one thing, but the pain itself just needs that connection where somebody's actually in alignment and can see why you have that viewpoint. Mm-hmm. And usually there's a backstory. There's always a backstory, always a backstory. And the backstory is the hardest part of this connection because you didn't heal it there, but this one's this connection is forcing you to heal that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw you in the fire and watch you catch fire for the second time in your life. And that's literally what it feels like. I mean, think about how many wounds your connection point brings up in you. And you'll realize that those wounds aren't being brought up in you a second time for the same story you told yourself the first time. I know that was way too much, wasn't it? I went too far out. Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. Did you have a question, Sarah? Because we're probably
answering. Sarah, it's very nice.
Yeah, Sarah, that was very sweet of you.
As a matter of fact, let me grab the cards.
Yeah, all my life, even with family, I gave the voices no one hears. That I understand that, lady. I really do. Salma, I'm recalling you talking about sharing thought processes. There's so much assumption and silence. Oh, assumption and silence. Let me tell you, we need to do, you know what? We need to do a mini series on assumptions and silence.
Let's do it.
But all part of the process of self-reflection and reevaluating. That was awesome. Well, thank you,
Spirit saying white deck.
Sometimes you forget to tell your favorite That's brilliant.
For that super chat.
Yeah.
Surprise. Sarah gets a card reading for a super chat. I'm going to do.
Oh, can I pick it?
We're going to do one card.
Let me tune into Sarah.
And this should.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, pick a card, any card.
Oh, Sarah, there it was. Oh, she got Jesus.
Oh, Well,
this card is
that's not really Jesus. It's Bradley Cooper.
it's Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper. And the card is called Talent Guides, and it's 41, and it's the spiritual mentors and teachers. So 41 card for Sarah. Let's see what it says, Sarah. And Sarah, this one says
Bradley Cooper Jesus right here.
Bradley Cooper Jesus.
Don't it look like Bradley Cooper?
It does, though. It does look like Bradley Cooper, or it looks like the president on the Oval.
On the Oval.
Yeah. We're Tyler Perry, not sorry.
Yeah.
So this card upright. Countless spirit mentors are always available to help you express and expand your skills and talents. These beings are drawn to you because they shared your interest in their own lifetimes. If someone in history has excelled at an endeavor you're pursuing, you can call on that entity by name, especially if you resonate with their work. Don't think that you're not special enough to call on famous artisans that now inhabit the spirit world. Many times, the talent guide will come unbidden, attracted to the resonant energy of your project. Don't assume you're making it up. If you receive inspiration from them, whether you're interested in art, music, math, cooking, or even quantum physics, these entities could provide a pipeline of unlimited guidance for you. In fact, you may have known these masters in the past. These talented beings are reaching across the energetic realm to direct and inspire you. Answer your psychic door and let them in. The affirmation for this, Sarah, is I am blessed with many known and unknown skills. Talent guides inspire me and give me confidence in the pursuit of my creative interests. That's a beautiful card to get. That is.
That is an awesome
I have a talent guide who keeps following me. Bruce
One
Lee.
more time. Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee seems to. If I hear water, I already know that when I go to sleep, he's gonna be right there, ready to whip something up.
Is he passed?
Bruce Lee?
Didn't he die of a tragic accident?
He had a brain aneurysm that kind of exploded.
I thought it was tragic.
It was because he was only 30.
No, I mean,
30.
I thought it was like something like.
There was so much speculation on what happened, but
Yeah.
the point is this: the man was so ancient, he was new. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
His philosophy and his teachings and his understanding of being human was but it was so connecting. And literally, he was showing me how all bodies of water.
He's been gone 50 years.
Yes.
50 years.
Yeah.
Well, who's in the movies?
Well, you have other people but he's not in movies. But if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have action.
Wait
movies.
a minute. He's not in movies?
No.
Bruce Lee's not in a movie.
He's done movies. But he's
who's the guy that does all the movies?
Well, there's several. You got Jackie Chan, you got Jet Li, you have
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm so confused.
Bruce Lee. You know,
Yeah, that's how I. The only reason I know who he is because I thought he was in movies.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a hero of mine. I've always followed Bruce, but I'd never realized how spiritual and how connected he was, and he was very connected during that time.
I'm lost.
So Salma. Oh well, Salma got that. Do we pull another card?
What
for
assumptions
Sarah
should I
did
be
that.
letting go of?
Yeah, no.
She gets a card reading, but we got to answer her question. That's important.
Not really. Just the thanks for the best guidance I've found. Well, Sarah, we appreciate that. We really do. Can I get a card? Salma said. Although Bradley Cooper Jesus speaks to me too.
Bradley Cooper Jesus
so much
speaks
I thought
to
it's pop
me
culture
too.
oracle deck. No, it's not a pop culture oracle deck.
No, it's a really cool deck. It's called Energy and Spirit Oracle deck.
So Salma's question
Sandra
is,
Lee.
what assumptions should I be letting go of? All
assumptions.
All assumptions.
What?
There isn't one assumption that isn't actually making the universe force to give you the opposite of what you're asking.
What if I was assuming you were going to kiss me? I was wrong.
No, you could feel that. The assumption doesn't really happen with
wrong. Well, now I was wrong because that was an assumption.
But you wanted it when you wanted it. Assumptions don't work like that. Assumptions, it's like having expectations. You can have them, but it doesn't mean you're going to get them.
Hi, detective here. Pull Salma for her.
And this one is for Salma. Oh, Salma, I saw it. already. Ooh, currents of emotion. Well, there's your answer.
Currents of emotion.
What assumption should I be letting go of?
All of them?
And this one says uncontrolled feelings. And it's got lightning strikes and it's got It looks like it's on land, but look at all these rocks in the water.
Can I read it?
Yes.
Uncontrolled feelings. I can only read it because I've got my glasses on. Oh, the raging river on this card signals a time of great upheaval with strong, seemingly uncontrollable feelings. You may already be experiencing an emotional situation at work or in your family, or one may be coming your way. You can stave off the problem by taking a logical, objective approach. If you don't get swept away by high emotions, the situation can be short-lived. Don't make it worse than it is. I shouldn't be adding to the cards. Perhaps these high emotions have not been a way of life for a while. Chronic anxiety or depression, or have been a way of life for a while. Chronic anxiety or depression can make you feel overwhelmed and get you seriously out of balance. This agitation reduces beneficial attraction for a raging river. For a raging river can only push things away. Ooh, I know who.
Ooh, read that back. Read that last part again.
Ooh.
That was deep.
A raging river can only push things away. Ooh.
Assumptions.
Oh.
Assumptions defined. That was the most perfect card that you could have probably gotten.
It's time to look at your reactions and establish a new way of doing things. Get some clarity about what's actually stimulating these strong feelings. Difficult emotions can come from negative thoughts and misinformed beliefs. So calm down. Calm down, Selma. Vent your feelings in appropriate ways and choose more positive thoughts. This will always take you to the action needed to honor your process and resolve things.
Wow. Misinformed beliefs. That is probably that. Misinformed with beliefs behind. I mean, wow, Selma. I don't know. I don't know if you couldn't have gotten a better card.
A raging river can only push things away.
Right.
Ain't that the truth?
Misinformed beliefs. You should pay attention to
Misinformed beliefs.
Misinformed beliefs can be this. Here's something very deep rooted in a lot of roots that we find. Is your belief that nobody you're connected to will connect to you or love you, or they'll choose somebody else. And you don't even hear yourself going through that until you pay attention to the thought patterns you're in. And the deeper you go into your thought patterns, the more you'll see that belief. Yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, let's not forget to do that.
So let's see. Amber Rose, hi.
Hi, Amber.
Salma, I'm not going to assume what this is in reference to exactly, said Salma. I'd like to share, the detective said, I'd like to share a big development and some minor closure with the group. I saw my TF out in public for the first time in almost a year.
Whoa.
And she ran and hid from me. I just kept on walking, no anxiety.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Palladium vibes. Okay. A raging river can only push things away. Salma, that is absolutely correct. Wow. Yeah, I'm serious. That was some deep stuff right there.
Yep.
Oh,
I feel like the blue card for Palladium.
The blue?
Yeah. And there's a reason that Spirit told me the blue deck.
Okay.
It's just because we've known her for so long.
Go on. I'll have one been a very transformational month. Yeah, that.
And then she was around too when I had my rabbit and the rabbit chewed my deck up. I just felt a connection.
Blue. She remembers blue.
Blue, yeah. Oh, blue.
Good. Yes, blue. Yeah. All right. So I will read if you in the poll.
And so even you remember blue
Palladium.
Blue chewed up my cards. But you can't tell from when you pull them. And there's only like two. All right.
Okay.
Let me make this spread real nice and even.
Saw it right there. There it is. Uh-oh. Upside down broken heart.
Oh, that could be a good thing,
actually.
Yep.
So we have the upside down broken heart.
Yep.
And this is card number 9. Here,
9.
you can hold this. And I will read.
Card number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
I love it when we pull their energy in between our connection and it pulls these cards that are just, wow. So this reversed. The broken heart reversed marks a time of renewal and hope. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever happened to hurt you in the past, you're now free to move on. The universe has much better things in store for you, so finish letting go of any residual grief and open your life to the new self-loving intention. Joyous connections will follow. I release the pain of the past and live with compassion for myself. Love heals and renews me now. Wow. That was awesome, Palladian. So we have, oh my God, yes, Blue. I love Palladians. Love you too. That was awesome. Wow. Hey, y'all on early today. Yes,
Yeah.
Chrissy, we actually are.
We actually are, because we have a little bit of free time. Lee's had a reschedule.
Yeah.
So we was like, hey, let's go live for a few minutes. He's getting ready to go back into session. So I'm in the decision-making process on whether I should stay for a few minutes by myself and talk, or whether you just
how do you want to do it? You weren't able to do Ask Sherry last night.
I was not able to do Last Sherry.
And she made such a wonderful romantic dinner for me, and it was so good.
It was nice.
It was so good.
Like,
thank you.
You're welcome. It was very nice. Cameron even helped. It was so cool.
Cameron helped?
Yeah, he did. It was kind of a neat little thing we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a grill out. We went to a family member. You know, Mike, I'm sorry.
Mike.
I gave Mike half of a cookie that may or may not have.
That was perfect.
That was one of my cookies, and he can't handle himself. He lays at the top of the steps.
And Gemma, thank you guys so much for sending your prayers and love for Gemma.
Yeah, man, we were really freaked out, guys.
We thought we were going to lose.
Like her. we were up
slowly coming back
all night, Thursday night, all night. We didn't go to sleep.
Wednesday night.
I mean, I didn't. I waited to hear her because she was under our bed. She was in so much pain. We finally got her to the vet the next day. She's fine. She has a little injury, or a big injury in her shoulder. She's fallen, or it's Craig's fault. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. It was probably Craig.
Probably.
That was it. Yeah. But she's fine. She's doing much better. So thank you. So look, tonight, y'all. Tonight.
Oh.
Guess what happens tonight?
Your class?
Is that Sherry's starting another. I like how I talk to myself in the third person, talk about myself in the third person.
Yeah. Divine feminine.
Oh, divine feminine explosion. Yes. Lost my mind. So, ladies, this is for ladies only at this point. We're going to do a man one.
Yeah, it's he's home. She's just Cameron's getting ready to walk in. That's why he's acting like that.
So ladies, at this point, divine feminine explosion. If you find yourself in a situationship, your twin or the one you're connected to is married or in a relationship, some over here, and you're over here, and you're waiting for one thing or another. You're taking excuses, you're taking phone calls, you're taking, I can't do this, I can't leave for the kids, I can't leave for the finances. There's so many things. If your situationship has had no movement in a period of time, a week, 2 weeks, 2 years, 2 months, 20 years, 10 years, whatever it is, right? I'm going to help you get movement on that. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. Ladies, this divine feminine explosion is going to help you find your power, your strength, right? Your
ability to have connection.
Yes. Yes. The last class was so powerful. We're going to be checking in, actually. I'm going to be checking in with them through email soon, but we were talking about getting together, for a reunion class in January, but I really think maybe we need to do that a little bit sooner.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so I'm going to be checking in with those ladies here soon, and then we're going to be doing this second Divine Feminine Explosion class. I have a few spots left in this one. The other one's full. I have a few spots left in this one tonight. Starts at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. It starts Eastern. At 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5:55, right?
Yep.
Or 5:55. Yep.
Get you ready to get in here and let's do it.
Get you in the class. If you want to get into tonight's class, now's the time to
message immediately.
That way I can get you in.
Let's see. Chrissy,
today is Tuesday, what, the 5th?
Today's the 5th.
Today's Tuesday, the 5th of
September.
September.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Tuesday, the 5th of September.
Are you time traveling?
Yeah. No. I don't know.
You might be.
I haven't even. That could be the problem.
Time travel?
No, gummies.
Oh, well.
I haven't had any gummies today.
Well,
but anyway,
you should, because you've been in some pain.
A little bit.
Glad your toe looks better.
You know, really my toe.
She's got to be careful, y'all. She just does.
Yeah, should I get a cut or anything on my foot? It could go all the way bad.
Yep.
So I'm a really bad diabetic. So I'm watching my toe, really taking care of it. So,
Lee, the example you gave about misinformed beliefs, not believing I can be loved by those I'm connected to, spot on. So I'm like literally. Palladium Buzz, new sending love, now sending love to Gemma. Thank you both. You're welcome, Salma. Chrissy B, are there going to be any more men's soul chats soon? It's always great to hear from their perspective.
Yes, we got to do that.
I get that. I know that we want to have those. I definitely believe that the masculine, feminine masculine experiences that we're having, it needs to have both. There needs to be a connection point between the masculine and feminine within you, as well as without you. And believe me, I really mean that in both ways. Because if you can't see it, you don't know what it is.
Right.
A majority of, I would say, the people that find and do the healing with us seem to be stuck in a masculine loop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay. For sure.
So your divine feminine explosion, the men's soul chat, I believe everything that you have on this channel really talks to those particular types of wounds, but really shows you how deep those wounds actually go and how generationally you've inherited it. It's not even like you asked for it. You literally just kind of follow this groove of the household, you know, and the typical household, there is a provider and there's a nurturer, and then you get raised by that. But when it all becomes a big mess, everything changes, and then you lose parts of your connection.
You know, you got session right now.
I know. I'm going to go ahead and go.
Okay. I'll be here for like 5 more minutes or so.
Are you? Okay. Well, if I come down and you're still on, I'll jump back in.
Until they make me leave.
They're going to make you leave? Are you guys going to make her leave?
They could.
She'll pull more cards, have some fun, get connected. And I
didn't get to do Ask Sherry last night, so maybe I'll just hang around for about 15 minutes.
There is a question from Cora for you. I can feel my twin flame's emotional pain and everything. Does that mean he is also working through healing himself unknowingly and opening his heart chakra, and is also in the awakening phase like I am? So let me read that again.
It could be both.
Okay.
I think.
I can feel my twin flame's emotional pain and everything.
For sure.
Does that mean he is also working through healing himself unknowingly and opening his heart chakra, and is also in the awakening phase like I am? That's a good question. So hopefully she'll answer. Shannon Temples, hi. Are you going to continue doing the women's workshops like the one tonight? I want to join. Yes. Yeah, we can. So just email. We'll work that out. All right, I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Love you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. I will probably do another divine feminine explosion. But I got to tell you, like this divine feminine explosion class, I was really, really, really moved by our last class. The women in that class all had very similar circumstances. And you know, it's hard to get out of that cycle of I can't leave for this, I can't leave for that. And the fact of the matter is, you know, what is it that they are choosing over you, right? And we got to get down to the root of what's being chosen other than me. So it's emotional. It's eye-opening. It stings a little, right? But it's important. It's important for us to find ourselves and get back to who we are as women, and find that space where we know our worth and we know what we are supposed to be doing, and this is hindering or helping, right? What the relationship or the connection that's happening. So, um, hi, I have a question, but I'm not too scared. I don't know if it's appropriate. Yeah, go for it, Jamie Lee. Yeah, nothing's taboo here. Does feeling the DM their emotions mean they are doing their inner work and awakening as well? For me, it didn't whatsoever, and they're mostly unaware. Detective, I would feel Lee, right? I would feel his emotions and what he's going through. Um, I didn't necessarily assume that he was going through some type of awakening or doing some inner work. Um, but I wanted to feel that he was, and I wasn't feeling that. I didn't feel that when I felt his emotions. I didn't feel that he was necessarily doing work. Um, um, However, then it became really strong when he was sort of going through what we call the dark night, a dark night of the soul, or some depression or some really dark place he was in. And then I felt his emotions and I felt a change. I felt that there was something going on in him. And I knew that there was something going on in him healing wise. Whether he knew it or not, I felt it for sure. I did. But yeah, Jamie Lee, please post that question. I'm here. Um, let's see. I never told mine much though. Even the teensy bit I did made her uncomfortable and afraid to go into runner mode. Um, Never told mine much though. Um, I want I wanted to know when Lee was going through some type of healing, right? So I asked the universe to reveal that to me, or I asked spirit to reveal that to me, and spirit did. So I was able to decipher, or to discern what he was going through, and it was the old Lee, the old the old the old person, the old cycles, all those things that he was purging and getting rid of. And it was painful. It was painful. And I felt it. And I knew that he was purging something pretty big. I just didn't know what. And it wasn't any of my business, honestly, what he was going through and what he was doing in his own healing, right? All I could do was, are you okay? Do you need anything? But there was nothing I could do. There's really nothing you can do in order to help in that healing and purging process that we go through as humans. We have to go through that, and we have to go through it ourselves with, there's some support, right? Lee's there, always there to support what I'm doing. However, there are some things that he won't interfere with, and especially when it comes to me in spirit. Um, so it's important to learn how to discern if they're just in a bad mood, or if they're going through something, or if they're just in a sad mood, or they're going through something, um, or they're really in a healing process. Hope that helps. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sherry. How did you know that it was Lee that you were feeling? Because I knew that it wasn't me, right? I knew that I didn't have those feelings. Um, Very similar to when I felt Lee's mother pass. Um, I knew that I knew that it was him. I just knew that I knew that it wasn't me. There was a discernment there, and I had asked spirit for that before that. So um, when we were in separation, and I would lay and um, in bed, on the couch, sometimes on the floor, on a yoga mat, whatever, under a tree, um, in the woods, on a log, whatever. Um, and telepathically communicate with him. Hey, are you okay? How you doing? And he would reveal pain and suffering to me. And and I knew that he was going through something dark. The difference is I know it's him and I know it's not me. Sometimes I get confused. Sometimes I'm like, oh, is this me? Am I feeling this way? And normally if I ask myself if it's me and I'm feeling this way, my emotions will come out through tears and I'll start crying and I'll start feeling, oh, this is me. This is me, right? And when I feel Lee, it's more like what I feel more nurturing. Like, what can I do? How do I help? Type things. If it's me, I'm just like, I don't know if that helped or not. Thank you. I can't see without him, but I saw you. I have dreams about him all the time. Oh, here we go. I'm scared, Sherry. I don't know how to talk about this. It's about me and my twin, sexual stuff, intimacy, if you will. I'm inexperienced and I have fears. He's not inexperienced at all. Okay, I have dreams about him all the time. I had one this morning. Um, so you're concerned that is your concern the fact that maybe you won't live up to his expectations, or maybe that you have fear that you're not going to do things right, or things aren't that you don't have that type of experience and that he has, and that he's going to look at you differently or feel differently about you. I'm curious about that. Um, because when it comes to sex and intimacy, especially with someone you're spiritually connected to, like a twin, right? Like a twin flame or a soulmate. Um, it's different. I can say that. It's different. It's not different like, oh, I slept with this guy. It's different than sleeping with this guy. It's different than sleeping with that woman. It's different than sleeping with that. It's not like that. Um, the physical part of sex and intimacy, when it comes to twins and someone you're connected to, is more of a spiritual experience, not a physical experience. So, what I'm going to tell you is to try your best to stay out of your mind when you're in these situations. When you're in a sexual or intimate situation, try to shut down your mind and just feel. Feel. It's the most important thing. Feel. And you can't go wrong there. You can't go wrong there. Your body's going to react and your body's going to act in conjunction with your feeling. If you're in your mind, it's going to be mechanical, right? I can't do the robot. I don't know how. Like this, something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's going to feel mechanical. Stay out of your head. The sound isn't working. Oh, no. Is the sound gone? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. We can't do their healing for them. However, we can choose peace and be there so they're going through it rather than taking on. Yes. Okay. Glad you can hear me. Sound isn't working. I had that problem too, Amber, but reloading the video fixed it. Thank you. Okay, thanks. I think we may have lost some people. I don't know. Okay, good. Good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope that helped. Um, you know, I've been in both positions where with Lee, when have been stuck in my head and all this fear and all this worry, like, am I doing this right? He's been with so many people that, like, how can this not be boring, right? Or mechanical. You know, I was talking to some lady one day, and we were talking outside of a store somewhere. Somebody had stopped us and said, she said, "I'm an empath, and your energy is just amazing," or something. And we got to talking, and um, in talking, we were actually talking about being in our minds, and there is a space where um, I had been stuck in my mind. Am I as good as she is? Am I as good as she was? Or da 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 da, all that stuff. And in all reality, if if I'm in that space, look, we're human beings, right? Human beings get stimulated by different things. Um, that this is why we have sex toys and shops and places where we can go in and buy sexy clothes and toys and things that to enhance our sexual relationships, right? Those are great for those folks out there who doesn't have a spiritual connection with the one that they're with. Those types of aids and toys and things enhance those types of relationships, and I think it's wonderful and fun, right? um However, when you're in a twin flame dynamic or a spiritual connection or whatever you want to call it, I wish we could get rid of the labels, but we can't. We just won't. um but the sex and the intimacy when you're connected with somebody has no thought. When I'm in a human relationship, and I mean, there are fantasies going on in my head that get me to that place where I can just be, right? I And as human beings, we do that. We go to a place in our head. And when you're in a spiritual connection, it doesn't happen like that. It's just an experience that is beyond words if you just close your eyes and shut down your mind and allow the feeling to just penetrate your whole body and allow that spiritual connection to just move in the way that it's meant to and evolve, and it's a flow, and there's no other O like it. There's no other O like it. It's it's a spiritual experience every time. Every time. Without this. Without this. Oh, so far behind. I've been a little nosy on social media. My twin is an influencer, and what I'm in my head about physical appearance. He's in the gym every day at 6 a.m. Sherry, I barely run. His ex is gorgeous. Jamie Lee, I'm curious. Have you ever met him? Do you physically have a do you see him physically? That's my question. For any dreams about my twin flame, I just try not to fixate or obsess. If it means something, I'll remember later anyway. I have many dreams, both positive and negative. Nothing related happens in the 3D. What's it say? If something I'll remember later anyway. I've had many dreams, both positive and negative. Nothing related. True. I agree with that. But sometimes the dreams are my dreams anyway. Tell me something that's going on. They always do. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I just have a dream that there's a banana and it's talking and having tea with my dog. I don't know. Hello, Hugs. Thank you. I will. I'm going to card you right now. Let me answer this next question. Hi, Twin Flame Power. My twin's grandfather tried to molest me. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're not blood related. We have always had a connection since 16 years. We've never acted on our intimacy until now. Now he says in love with me and excuses. Oh, Twin Flame Power. Ooh, I wish you were in my class tonight. That would be awesome. Hi, Hugs. I want the dream of him, but I haven't in a while. Spirit is very clear where my focus needs to be. Spirit's having me pull Hugs cards from the new deck. Let's see. I want to dream of him, but haven't in a while. Spirit is very clear where my focus need not be. Okay, Selma, if you know that, then if you know, you know. I love that. Yes, we've met at my work. His mother was my boss, and we're really close. Actually, I met her first, and we're close for months before we bonded. Ah, okay. Jamie, is he with somebody else? Is he married to somebody else? Is he I'm curious to what's going on there. Hugs. Hugs, hugs, hugs. You got the oh, what a pretty archangel. And I'm going to try to pronounce it. Renewal. 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 Hope, optimism, new beginnings. Archangel. Is it Phanuel? Phanuel? Phanuel. 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 There it is. Thank you, Spirit. There it is. Archangel Phanuel. She looks like my niece. Anyway, the number 20 card. And you know what is weird? This card fell out, so I'm giving you both. This card, and I'm going to show you what it looked like. When I dropped this on the table, this card was on top. So I'm gonna read both of them to you. Only because I believe Spirit's throwing this one out too. And it's another archangel. So it's Archangel Haniel. Is it Haniel? Haniel? Haniel. And this is joy, blessings, and intuition. So I'm going to read both. I'm going to do Phanuel first, right? So number 20 card, the other numbers, it's a number 15 card, but I'm going to read the number 20 card first. Phanuel, hope, optimism, new beginnings. Archangel Phanuel, the angel of hope, brings the light of sun, the dawn of a new day and a new beginning. Like the rainbow lit castle on the card. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Experiences of great familiar are on the horizon, of great fulfillment are on the horizon for you. Even if you've had disappointments in the past, bright new resolutions and happy outcomes are on their way. Phanuel reminds you of the power of hope and optimism as you consciously choose to release fear and doubt. Your peaceful, trusting attitude will connect you with all things uplifting. The universe is abundant, filled with amazing potential. And with your optimistic attitude and this angel's powerful presence, a wonderful new opportunity designed just for you is sure to be right around the corner. I'm excited for you, Hugs. I'm excited for you. That's awesome. Let me find a 15 card, and it is Haniel. Haniel, the archangel of joy, is looking on us with utter bliss as a chick hatches on in the shining sun. Oh, that is cute. This card heralds the coming of a wonderfully joyous and intuitive time for you. This may take the form of many everyday blessings that awaken your happiness and appreciation, or it could arrive in a significant experience such as an exciting vacation or celebration. Haniel reminds you that you always have a great capacity to perceive joy throughout your daily life. This blissful approach creates an energetic pipeline to divine consciousness, which increases the flow of blessings and heightens intuition. Call on Haniel to help you experience unlimited inner joy. Choose to focus on your happy blessings, and you'll experience ever-expanding bliss and intuitive sparks every day. Man, those cards were powerful. And Hugs, I want to hang out with you because you got some stuff coming. You got some great blessings coming. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to want to know. So I'm nosy that way. My mouth keeps going dry, guys. I know that the ice is annoying. I'm getting the comments. I'm getting the messages. But I'm iron deficient and I'm diabetic. So I got to stay hydrated and the ice helps. and my mouth is so dry. Hugs. I want to hang out with you. And your car alarm went off. Okay, he's single. I wrote him letters in December for 3 months, and he would leave hints and clues in his videos that he got them. And he's written songs about me, and I fell asleep to his voice, and I fell asleep to his voice every night. God, that's beautiful. Can I pretty please have a card for my twin flame journey? Yes, transparent. I'll pull you one in just 1 second. I ended things because of my insecurities. I'm afraid of not measuring up to those social media girls. I don't use social media at all. I do watch TikToks, but that's all. You know what, Jamie? I'm gonna throw this out to you real quick. I've got a very good friend on TikTok. His name is Steve. Steve is a very pretty human being. He's beautiful. Look, he'll kill me, but I'm going to show you. Steve's name on TikTok is Lord Dermot. Steve is a pretty human being. A very pretty human being. So that's Steve. Just a one lovely, amazing human. He's married. He's got 2 kids. He has a TikTok, and they do things sometimes together, right? Steve has many a female after him, right? And in love with him, want to be with him. All this. He's beautiful. Come on. Steve is in love with one person. He's just in love with her, and they have a connection. He can have all the women in the world wanting him. And honey, if that is your twin and he wants to be with you and he loves you, there is no other woman, even in social media, that could come through and sweep that away, right? If you're connected like that, you're connected, right? Don't run. Don't run from connection. Run to it. Run to connection. Run to him. And tell him how you feel. And tell him that you're honored that he has all these followers, that he has. I mean, that's what Steve does for a living. That's what he does for. No, I think he still works construction, maybe a little, but not much. But honey, tell him how you feel. Tell him how you feel. Don't run. You're running. Stop running. Oh, thank you, Paulina. Let's see. And transparent. I'm going to get to your card reading here in just a second. Twin flames are partly here to challenge and change templates. So there are often differences, and one or both feeling like the twin flame isn't usual the type they would be attracted to. Detective, I'm going to tell you the truth. Lee, it's interesting. I never would have found him attractive back in the day. For some reason, I don't know. And it's certainly not his race. That's not it, because I've been with other races. I'm not, and I'm just, I guess I was an equal opportunity dater. I was an equal opportunity lover, right? I wonder if Lee watches these. Anyway, I was enamored by him when I very first saw him, and he just wouldn't have normally been my type, but I was enamored by him, by his looks and by his personality and by his energy. It was a complete transition in my mind, and it was instant. The second I saw him standing up against that car, the second I saw him, and I'm still very much the same way attracted to him. Um, challenging to overcome physical superficiality. It sure is. Um, who am I doing here? Let's see. Transparent. Transparent Lotus. Pulling from the blue deck for some reason. Spirit wants me to use the blue deck. So I'm going to use the blue deck. Transparent Lotus. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull this one. Hang on just a second, Rita, and I'm going to get to that. Door to Spirit, number 32. Door to Spirit is your card. Number 32 card. Door to Spirit. Who this deck's getting warm? 32. Spiritual awakenings and new beginnings. This door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential. Changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of Spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is time to open up the unexpected guidance and inspiration of Spirit and the magic of power of your true identity. Very cool. Very cool. So I'm going to have to go because I have to prepare for a medium reading. And I have a medium reading scheduled here in a little bit. And I have to go into my closet. That's where I go, to my closet. I will, if I have a scheduled reading, then I will go into the closet and then I will light a candle for that person that I'm reading and just usher in Spirit to reveal itself and what that person is needing to hear. So I'm going to do that. But before I go, I'm going to go ahead and say that tonight I am doing another Divine Feminine Explosion class. If you find yourself in a situation with your twin that you can't get out of, if you find yourself in a cycle of we can't be together for this reason, we can't be together for that reason, he's married, or she's married, and he or she has 20,000 excuses why you can't be together. 20,000 or 5, it doesn't matter. We're going to go in and we're going to address where that little weakness is, where that little weak spot is that we can't seem to not put ourselves in a devalue mode where we're devaluing ourselves by accepting crumbs, accepting excuses, allowing this behavior because we're spiritually connected, right? We are getting into the dirty parts of divine feminine explosion. We're going to have movement in these cycles and these situationships. My other class is full. So this class starts tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Cost for the class is $555.55. Divine Feminine Explosion. Look, ladies, let's get out of these horrible cycles. Let's get out of them. Find the value, find our own value, find our own self-worth. Let's find ourselves. We talk about self-worth, we talk about self-care, we talk about mind noise, we talk about obsession, we talk about lies, we talk about truths, we talk about feelings, we talk about anger, we talk about all these things We go through every one of your situations. We hear from you. We're going to help guide you into a better direction. And it becomes very personal, very powerful, and it's beautiful. I only take 5. So there's a couple more spots open. If you want to get in tonight's class, email immediately. Email as soon as you can. Relationship reinvent at gmail.com. Reinvent at gmail.com to get into tonight's class. Starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me. And we're going to have a very powerful, moving experience. Very powerful and moving experience. It's awesome. Lee is going to be starting new soul chats, men's soul chats. Yes, he's going to be doing that again. I'm encouraging him to do that really soon. I'm also going to be doing a divine masculine class, divine masculine explosion. And that's going to be a whole different ball game. But let me see what's going on here. Very, very true detective. The very true detective. That's very insightful. Beautiful. Thank you. So hey, I'm also doing personal card readings and medium readings. So if you really want to connect with a loved one who's passed or somebody who has passed, and if you really want to hear something, ask something, want to know who steps forward for you, any of that. I'm doing personal medium readings. I still have a couple openings this week, I think. Otherwise, it'll be next week. They're $111. So get in on those. Medium reading. And then at the end of that medium reading, I do a medium reading for about a half an hour in the last 15 minutes or so. I pull a card from both decks. Both of these decks are very powerful, and I pull from both of them. So you'll get a personal card reading from me and a personal medium reading from me, and it is a good time. It's so fun. Let me see what else is going on. Yes. So thank you guys so much for coming in. I believe we still have Root Camp special, buy one, get one free. If you buy a Root Camp, you can get one free to either donate to the people on the waiting list, or you can keep it yourself, or you can give it to a friend, or whatever you want to do with it. It's fine. It has to be paid in full. It cannot be paid in installments. So that's a catch there. That's only because we've had people on a payment plan, and then they get through their first Root Camp, and then the one that they got free, they haven't finished paying off the first one, so they've gifted it to somebody else, and anyway, it was a process. So it has to be paid in full. And whatever Root Camp special is going on now, and I believe it's 2023. It is. If not, it is now. So yeah, there's all that. My mind is just going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching us, right? And I'll be back soon. I will be back Monday for my Ask Sherry. I just want, yesterday was a holiday. We had people show up, so we just kind of did our little thing. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back soon. Let me see. All right. Get in on tonight's class. Super important. Ladies.